Hi, everybody. So nice for you guys to join me this week. I'm so excited to be here. Let's just have a little chat about some stuff before we dive into some colors. So I wanted to talk about what's going on the planet right now, which is the ascension shift. So we're all kind of traveling up into 5D, so the fifth dimension. Our bodies are turning into crystalline bodies. So what happens to the structure of our body is right now, because the planet is elevating and we're elevating with the planet, it's kind of like everything wants to tilt on the axis and go upwards, right? So as we're trying to evolve and shift, things start to happen within our bodies. They start to need more sleep. We get cranky sometimes. Sometimes people don't understand mood swings. So this is all kind of the stuff that's going on right now. And a lot of the people that I see, a lot of clients that I'm reading for and doing coaching work with, they're kind of struggling as to where they fit into this ascension shift and how they can help their body shift and adjust with it. So the easiest thing that I tell my clients is to ground. So get lots of sleep and ground your energy. If you do this kind of work like I do, ground yourself when you're done with each client. When you're working in corporate, like go wash your hands before you leave the workplace. Go disconnect outside before you go home. Another thing is we can watch our diet, right? We can take out the processed foods. We can stop eating some beef and add in more fruits and vegetables to our diet. That will help lift and boost your body system to be able to help you shift with the energy of the planet. Some of the stuff that's happening right now to some people is that they're not feeling tremendously well. And that's only because the shifting of the planet and where they're at in their ascension shift, you've kind of plateaued in certain things. So you're kind of getting a little bit of a butt kicking from the planet. It's happening to a lot of people. A lot of people are not adjusting well. But we can all support each other, reaching out for help and assistance, reaching out for healing sessions, just to help you get going on that journey for yourself. Don't ever be afraid not to ask for help, right? Because that's what we're all here for, those humanitarian efforts to help everybody, make it to the next level and the next shift is what everybody needs help with. So that's why I love being here, to be able to support you guys and just help out wherever I can, wherever I'm guided to. Source always supports me 100%, so I love supporting him. Next week I'm going to give you guys a special treat too. So I do something called trance mediumship. So we'll go into that a little bit more towards the end of the show, but it's where I can bring spirit into my body and then he gives the message or she gives the message to whomever needs to hear it. It's pretty cool. And then maybe we'll do it into a meditation next week too, just to help everyone kind of boost up their energy from the shifting that's going on. Try to stay off the media stuff too. If you watch the local news stations and that, just turn that off for a little bit. Thanks. Yeah. So just get into some meditation on a daily basis and just be with yourself. Allow yourself to shift and be gentle on yourself. Awesome. Kristen is joining us. Hello, Kristen.
Hi.
How are you?
Kristen. I'm very okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have a question for me? We're just going to do readings tonight.
Sounds great.
Go ahead. Do you have a question?
I said it sounds great.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Do you have a question you want to ask and I'll just answer it for you? Or do you want me to just tap in?
No. General would be amazing, please.
Okay. Yeah. So let's. I see a little bit in your chest where it's a little bit hard for you to breathe. Sometimes it feels like you're struggling to choose which path you want to go on. It feels like you're in between a transition period. I also feel like there's a job shift coming for you as well. I feel like you've got a little bit of stressor sitting on your chest. A lot of things are making you feel like you're losing your breath. A lot of stuff is making you feel like compressed inside. I'm also getting that there's a mom figure around you. Is your mom still here? Or she passed over?
There is a what? Sorry?
Is your mom still here?
Oh, I'm pretty sure that might be my grandma.
Okay. Yeah, because I get this female figure. She's saying let go of the stress on your chest as well. She's saying you're holding too much in where you should be releasing it on a daily basis to allow things to move forward. Job shift is what
Okay.
she's focusing on too. She's showing me the elevation of the job shift. So it's kind of like you
Okay,
have
what?
to
Sorry?
believe that a job shift, like an elevation of a job. So
I'm sorry,
whether
I
you're
didn't
going to
catch
have
that.
a job promotion,
Okay, a job. Yeah.
yeah. So it feels like a promotion coming up. I feel like it'll be good for you because then you're tapping into what it is you truly want to do, and it allows you to stick that love in there that you're kind of missing out on a little bit. Um,
No.
yeah. I also see a gentleman figure. He's come in. He wants to kind of steal the show. It feels like a grandfather figure on dad's side. And he's just saying he's proud of you, but he
Uh,
wants you to step into your power a little bit more. Like bring forward that little bit of assertiveness so that you can show people that, I do want this and I do want to succeed and I do want to move forward. And it's having people actually listen to you and actually hear what you're saying. A lot of people listen, but they don't actually hear what you're saying to them.
okay. Do I need to work on that?
I would.
Choosing my
I
words
would. I would
differently?
practice just standing right in your power and not allowing anybody to like distract the attention away from you when you have something to say.
I understand.
Yeah. It feels like there's a male figure. I want to say dad, but I also want to say like boyfriend or partner. I feel like they do the same thing. It's like,
Okay.
uh-huh. And then they
Say
don't
that
really
again,
listen to
please.
it. So it's like there's a
Ah,
gentleman in your life, like a partner or a dad figure. They do the same thing, whereas they don't listen to what you actually say. So you've never really experienced
yes,
what it's like
correct.
to have that people fully listen to you. So I feel like if you step into the corporate or into the job promotion, you end up in a different ranking system. So people start to listen, actually hear you.
I
I
understand.
feel like this is where some of the stuff comes from on your chest as well. You hold a lot of energy in your chest. So it's kind of like you're fighting for
Okay.
breath because nobody hears you. Not many people are
I am.
listening. Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Do you have a daughter?
I do.
Yeah, she's watching
She's
you.
two.
She's watching you. She's
Good.
watching how people treat you. She's watching that dynamic of where you speak and they don't listen. She's picking it up already.
Okay.
She holds a lot of stuff right here in her chest too, same as you.
Okay. Is that something I need to be concerned about, or just uh, focus more on giving more love?
So you
Let me
can
be
you
worried
can do
about it.
that. The way that I'm seeing it is more like when she starts to talk to you, really tune in and listen to her and not make it the reverse of what's been happening to you your whole life. Because I don't feel
I
like this is just
understand.
like a one shot deal with your family. I feel like it's an ongoing pattern. I've got like a grandmother standing over here to my left from like 10 generations back. She's like, uh-huh. She's just reconfirming everything that I'm telling you, right? Because she had it happen to her
Yeah.
as well. So it's kind of like show your daughter what it's like to be attentive and to listen and get down to her level and play toys and really hear what she's saying. And I think that will start to
That's
shift
it.
the pattern within her. And this energy that's sitting in her heart space will start to let go.
Okay. Yeah. That's fine. I'll get onto that. May I ask about my middle child, my son?
Yep. Well, what do you want to know,
He's
or do you
still
want me to
quite
just
young
step in?
too. He's developmentally he is, not exactly reaching the milestones, but on a more sort of a super spiritual, psychic level, he's like leaps and bounds. I'm just not quite sure if he, for himself, feels like he's got the balance right, or is there something more I need to be doing for him?
There's like an imbalance in his brain on the left side. So right here, there's like an
Hmm.
imbalance disconnection in his brain. So don't go to the doctor. It's just there's an energy center in there that needs to be reconnected back to the heart center. And I feel like he just needs like a
Okay.
recalibration of the brain. And then things will start to even out and balance out. I don't think he'll be delayed for long. I feel like by the time he moves up through school a little bit, he'll catch up. I don't think he'll be delayed. Like he's very smart, and it's because the left hand side is the the ego brain, right? So this is the male side. So the male side is what's kind of clogged up over there. His feminine side is like bang on. Like I see it. He talks to spirit at nighttime. So it's kind of like he's got that part. It's just the cognitive stuff on the left side is kind of blocked a little bit. He's got some stuff wrong with his throat chakra too. So from halfway down, so the Adam's apple, just above the Adam's apple down, it feels like it feels like you drank like apple cider. You know, you get that like rawness in your throat after you drink that. That's what his throat chakra feels like.
Ah.
So there's places he's not able to speak his full truth. There's things he's not able to say.
I'm so sorry. I'm having difficulty, I must admit, in hearing what you're saying. But the information feels good, and thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Yeah. If you want to message me privately, I can work on them.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, and Megan is up next. Hey, Megan.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
I'm awesome. So I'm just doing psychic readings tonight. So do you have a question for me, or do I just tap into general?
Yes, I have a question for you.
Awesome.
Okay. I was wondering about my partner. His name is Wael. And I was just wondering if it shows, what his intentions are and maybe what the future might hold for us both.
Okay, so the first thing that I'm picking up out of his energy, first and foremost, is his heart is a little bit weak, but then so are his arms. So it's like he's carrying a lot of weight. Feels like he has, like, I want to say 2 past relationships that he hasn't fully healed from. I feel like his intentions are good. I feel like you want to rush it and he doesn't. It feels like you want to go fast forward to like J and he's still at D. So it's kind of like, because he's carrying so much, like honestly, like in the forearms here of him is very weak, right? So I bet you if you got him to hold like a brick or something, he couldn't hold it for too long. It just feels weak. He feels like he needs to heal in the chest space to be able to understand what that love connection fully feels like, to have it all back. You know, when we're like in high school with puppy love, it's like nothing can break this, and then we get our hearts broken and whatnot. So he's still holding some of that, but I feel like you want to go 10 light years ahead of where he is to get it like done. And I don't feel like he's in a huge hurry to make anything happen. I feel like it will happen at the right time. I still feel like there's some stuff that you're not saying either, though. Like your esophagus in here is kind of holding on to some stuck energy around like where you breathe. Like where's the time for you, and where's the time that you bring the stuff in for yourself, right? This feels very stuck energy up until the bottom of your throat, and then it's like constantly trying to clear your throat. It's the breast stuff, though. It's kind of like you hold emotions like right in the center of your chest, and then it pushes you in and weighs you down. So it's like when we don't voice those things to those people, it ends up getting worse instead of better, because you need to get it off your chest.
Okay, that makes sense.
Did you want to marry this fellow?
I feel like it might be the first person ever that I've ever wanted to marry. But our circumstance is not usual, and so it will take time for anything to develop anyways. And I'm working on myself, and I believe he is too. So.
Yeah. So I use this with my coaching clients too. Like, work on yourselves individually, but then bring the whole thing back together. Like, bring it so you guys end up stronger together, but you got to work on that journey separate of yourselves first, right? And once you do that, you're going to see your dynamics of both of yourselves shift when you come back together. I do see marriage, I feel like 2.5 years or so. Could even be pushed out to 3, but they're like reeling it back into 2.5. And I feel like once you guys both feel settled in that, it will start to show more prominently that you guys are healing those past wounds. You guys want children? I see two boys around you.
I have one son already, and I can't have any more children, but I wouldn't be opposed to adopting, of course. So
yeah, I do see the other little boy coming in. It's not for another, like, I want to say like 3.5 years. I almost feel like it's surrogate, to be honest. Not that adoption is not a great way to go, but I do feel like there's a surrogate in there that's going to come forward. Around 2.75, so just getting into like the third year. I also did just pull a few tarot cards too, and it's funny because it's like spiritual guidance, right? It's like developing that knowingness for yourselves as to what it is you want for this journey forward with each other, and that's going to solidify a lot of stuff coming forward for you guys, right? It's just going to allow you to put everything back into concrete, and be able to move it forward. Do you have an ex? I see it. There's an ex of yours showing up kind of in my foresight over here. Is he a little bit troublesome? Like, does he not always have the best interest?
Yeah, I've been trying to work through a lot of my past relationships. I've even reached out to them and said, hey, I'm working on stuff in my life. Is there anything you want to talk about or discuss? And two of them, haven't replied back to me. And one of them, and two of them did. And then the fifth one just doesn't want to, he doesn't want it to have a friendship end or whatever it is he thinks he has. And I keep telling him, yes, we're done. Yes, I don't want you in my life anymore. And he's just not willing to let go. I can tell.
So if I may make a suggestion, if that's a little bit awkward and you need that closure, you don't need them in front of you or to talk to them in order to make that happen, right? You can do it just by talking out loud and saying this message is for so-and-so, right? Sometimes it adds a more healing instead of waiting for them to just reply and give you the answers that you think that you need from them. Really just purge your gut and forgive it, and then move forward with yourself. Like, forgive yourself for where it didn't work. And you're going to get a greater let go and a greater release from it than holding on to it. Because I feel like this is what your current relationship is waiting for. It's like for you to release it all so that you're more free of it.
Okay.
Your little one too.
That's a good idea.
Your little one's holding it right in the heart space. His is actually a little bit more over to the left-hand side. So in between his heart and his heart chakra, it's like half a beat. So he's holding that relationship energy there as well. So it's really just the forgiveness and letting it go and just showing him, like, this is what love is about. This is what love feels like. Whether it comes from this person, mommy, or yourself, right? And helping him to understand that. That's the part you need to bring in too, and you're going to see that come in. Where as soon as you add that unconditional love to yourself, you're going to start to blossom and you're going to start to grow, and it's going to be like profound. Right? Instead of waiting for these gentlemen to call you back and say, hey, you want to chat about our relationship? No, just heal it, move on. Right? You don't really need them to heal it. You're right. far surpassed where their energy is. Like, you're vibrating this much higher than they are already. So do you really need to go into that pathway to be able to say, you know what, do you still want to talk? Do you still want to close this? What do you want to do? If it resonates with you, you can do it, but it's kind of like, I see some issues in the throat chakra coming up as soon as you decide to, like, pry into that a little bit more. It's like opening a can of worms you maybe don't want to open instead of healing it.
Okay.
So I feel like in this one I drew too, this is all about action, right? Taking action and moving forward, not necessarily like ringing them up, but it's like just make progress forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is your I see a female figure. I want to say it's mom. Does she like this gentleman you're with? I think she's had issues with others in the past. I feel like she kind of like sways you a little bit.
My mom is deceased.
She's still pulling on you.
I guess the most. I'm sorry.
She's still pulling on you though. Like she's trying to help you determine which way to go in your directions of your relationship.
I believe that because she was very active in my relationship when she was still here in this earth plane. So she was always like, how is things going? And what do you like about him? What do you don't? What do you see? And she was always very active in my relationship. So I believe that.
Yeah, I feel like, was she still here when you were, oh, she just stepped forward. She said she likes this one. Keep going. but I feel like even like when she was here, she would still help you to determine which way to swing with these people. Like she didn't care for certain ones, and then she would push you more towards other ones.
Yes, she did, and she really wanted me to get married because I'm in my 30s, and she really wanted me to get married. I wasn't ready. I didn't want to get married for the longest time. I didn't even know if I would ever get married. And it's funny because after she passed away was when I got pregnant, and then things just, you know, developed from there. So I think she really wanted to witness me here, you know, finally find someone, but I know she's still helping over there.
Yeah, she said she'll be at the wedding if you get married. So she's ready to come and support you, however that is you need her to.
No.
So yeah, never feel like she's not there because she's witnessed a lot. So,
Okay.
but she's cheering you on. She's like clapping over there. She's like, "I'm so proud of you."
No.
Yeah. Sometimes she holds your hand. I don't know if you noticed like a shift in the vibration. Like she made my hand go cold. So I'm just kind of like referencing her. It's kind of like she'll just grab your hand and hold it. Do you feel a change in like cold to warm between your hands sometimes?
No, I mean, my mom wasn't a very loving person, especially she wasn't very affectionate. We actually had a lot of issues um, during our lives together. So
when they pass over, they don't have that.
Right.
Yeah,
So,
they're not angry. They're not mad. They're not.
But yeah, I know she loves me, and sometimes my hands do get cold, like really, really cold, like to the point where I think I have a nerve condition.
And no, that's her. So, that's her holding your hand. Because my hand is literally freezing. This one is boiling hot, and this one is freezing. Right? So that's her. She's trying to tell you that's her. She's holding your hand. She's there supporting you every step of the way. She just said she's sorry for whatever she put you through. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'll be there to console you, have a shoulder to cry on, but like, just know that, you know, at the end of the day, I don't hold anything against anything that I've done. She just apologized. So she's got a lot of healing. She said she needs to do still, but she doesn't understand how to do it over there. So if she comes back while I'm in my Akashic plane, I'll do the healing on her so she can be at peace. Yeah. She's supporting you. She's right beside you.
That's awesome because it's not that she didn't support me when she was here, but she was very self-serving when she was here. So her needs always came before me and my sisters.
Absolutely. But she learned that from her parents as well. I feel like her father was in there in the mix. Right? So she learned it from somewhere to understand where that pattern comes from. If you've broken the pattern, I think that's a really good start to the rest of your generational lines going forward. Right? Because I see your sister is not so bad. So it's like your children will be okay because you're letting go of those patterns. Right? Being attentive, listening, communicating, understanding what love is, showing love, feeling love, right? Not dismissing things.
Yes, I shower my son with love. So,
but do you shower
I'm really
yourself
trying to be a different representation of a parent and a mother. So,
yeah, do you shower yourself with love though? Where do you give that love back to yourself, the love that you didn't get sometimes as a child?
That's my hardest thing right now. That's what I'm working on. That's my most difficult.
Yeah.
project.
Can I open up your higher heart center? Because your higher heart is not open. Your higher heart is part of your chakra system. We have 7 chakras. Your higher heart is right in the center of your throat chakra and your heart chakra. Can I open that up for you so you can experience that unconditional love? Once it's open, it'll stay open. Are you okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. So it should feel like it's radiating out, opening up that heart space. And then I'm just going to like pump a whole bunch of love into you. This is the unconditional love you should be giving to yourself every single day. So I understand that you have a child, but you still come first in your own, right? So if we're not giving ourselves love or praising ourselves, that's where we obtain that unconditional love first and foremost, right? Being able to say those I am affirmations that say, you know what, I am beautiful, I am radiant, I am unconditional, I'm source energy. And then allowing that to build and expand inside your heart space, and then you'll see it flow out to everybody you meet. And like you'll just radiate, and people won't even understand why you're so happy and so bright and so shiny. And it's because you've done that inner work that says, I love me first more than anything, right? And it's a profound thing, right? So then it doesn't matter if your mother didn't give you all that love. That pattern's now broken because you love yourself more. Awesome. Anything else I can help with?
No, that was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. It was such a pleasure. Thanks for letting me read for you tonight.
Yes, of course. And again, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Have a great evening.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to book a reading with me, if you want to come by and check out all of my goodies, you can come to shericollins.com, SHERI-Collins.com. And I have a whole list of bunch of readings there. So I do card readings, I do channeled readings. Next week, we're going to go into trance channeling, and I'm going to give you guys a message from the spirit realm through me. So we'll deliver that to who's ever watching and anybody watching the replay. But feel free to reach out if you guys need anything. You know, this is at a time of ascension. So I just want to be there to support whoever I can, whatever you guys need. If you need help or you just have a question, please just message me. We'll get you answered and just help you feel better in your mind, your body, and your soul. Feel free to come follow me on Facebook, Sheri Collins, or it's under Mind, Body, Soul Aligned, Sheri Collins. I have 2 different ones. So I'd love to see you guys there. I have a couple of healing groups as well if you want to come by and experience some free healings. Quantum Healing Next Level and Star Magic Healing, Sheri Collins. So there's lots of free healings, lots of giveaways. So if you want to come experience some of the stuff that I do, please feel free to come. Saturday, I'm going live on my Mind, Body, Soul Aligned at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I hope you guys come out. It's all free. It's all Akashic readings and healings. So we'll dive into everything and anything you guys got going on. It's fast-paced, but it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of shifting that happens. So come out and come see what we got to offer.